What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. Yes, I know it's been a while since I've posted, but this is why I've been missing in action. So right next to me is my 1991 Toyota landcruiser. I bought this exactly 6 months ago. Didn't really do much to it. It was actually parked in my driveway for quite some time now. I took it out on its first maiden voyage. It was overheating, it was having issues. I mean, it needed some work. So anyways, I decided to commit to the build last September on the 31st. And the reason why I decided to commit and actually go through the whole entire engine, brand new cooling system, brand new belts, brand new bunch of everything, and also commit to building it the way it is now, is because I got the opportunity to showcase this Land Cruiser at the 2023 SEMA show. So I had from September 31st to October 31st to finish this, and this is pretty much the finished product. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to come out. Unfortunately, we're not camping today, but I wanted to give you guys a preview and just kind of go through the whole entire build and let you guys know exactly what I've done. Because I know a lot of you guys that have Land Cruisers that have subscribed to the channel have been asking for more Land Cruiser content. So, are you surprised? In 30 days, this is what we got done? I'm pretty surprised, guys. I was at the shop from 6 a.m. in the morning, worked my whole entire shift, and I would go home every single day for a month straight at 9-10 p.m. I even slept at the shop a couple of days. It sucked, but we got it done. The show was amazing. The outcome was amazing. And now we can go out and use it and camp and enjoy it for what it is. So we're going to go through the whole entire thing. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. All right, since we're already here, we're gonna start with the front portion of the Land Cruiser. This is my favorite part of the Land Cruiser. I love the big old lights, just an old school Toyota sign. And with that, I mean, I didn't want to ruin it with any bumper or just any bumper. So I decided to go with the Dissent off-road bumper. These guys are based out of Colfax, Northern California. And I love the fact that this looks aggressive. It goes with the body lines of the Land Cruiser very well, and it's also lightweight and it's modular. I do love switching my setups once in a while, and you know, for the most part, when you buy a bumper or an aftermarket bumper, if you want to switch up the looks, you have to either get a newer bumper that's released by the same company, you have to switch over to a different company. The beauty about Dissent Off-Road is that this is modular, so if I ever want to run this bumper without the hoops, everything that you do see is bolt-on, including the center hoop, side hoops, and the end caps. If you're like me that also love KC highlights, Baja designs, and just like having auxiliary lights, these little end caps here that you see, they cater to different companies, different style of lighting. So if you want to go with rigids, if you want to go with Baja design, if you want to go with KC highlights, you can buy the caps here, or the plates that fit the need, and you can pretty much run whatever auxiliary you want. So the Dissent off-road bumper, I have some Baja design Alpine 9s, I have some Squadron Pros here in white patterns to basically help with dust. Now down here I do have a worn 10,000 pound synthetic winch comboed with the Sidewinder, and of course I had to mount my antenna on this bumper that basically powers and gives signal to my Midland MXT 500. So let's move on to the side and talk about the sliders that I installed. Now, as far as sliders go, I did go with a company by the name of Trail Gear. They've been making sliders for the Land Cruiser and Toyota application for quite some time now. So they are weld-on sliders, and obviously I'm not a welder, so I was a little skeptical about ordering them in the first place, but with the help of a good friend, Jason Diaz, I was able to install these, went to his shop, and you know, he pretty much welded these straight to the frame. They are not going to go anywhere. These things are solid. Well, I only weigh 150 pounds, but yeah, they're not gonna go anywhere. All right, so let's go over the wheels that I have, the tires, suspension, and brakes here. So suspension-wise, I went pretty easy on it. I got the 3-inch lift by Old Man Emu. The Old Man Emu had great reviews, and longevity-wise, I mean, they last forever. Now, one of the reasons why we were invited to the SEMA 2023 show is because Rays was launching their brand new -30 16-inch Gram light wheel at the show, and my good friend Chuck at Showstoppers invited us and said, hey, just throw the wheels on your Land Cruiser. I think they will look great. And that's exactly what we did. They're army green. They look absolutely great in person. And of course, having a JDM wheel, Japanese wheel with a Japanese vehicle, you know, that's a thing. I love doing that. And of course, you know, I had to combo it with my favorite tire of all time. This is the Toyo AT3 Open Country. I have the same tire on my Toyota Tacoma. They're great. It's an all-season tire. It does great on all terrain, especially snow. I love snow camping, and this tire always does a great job. This is a 315/75/16. The 91 is probably the worst year you can buy for Land Cruiser because it doesn't have a lot of things. Like, it's not triple locked, very slow, it's a tractor engine. And then the worst part that I think, aside from the engine, is it only has disc brakes up front. So with that being said, when you upgrade a bunch of stuff, you know, it gets slow and the brakes just, they take a toll. So on the Toyota Tacoma, same thing as a 2017. It didn't have rear disc brakes, so I got a big brake kit for the Tacoma, and I pretty much, yeah, it was like driving a brand new truck. Like, the brakes were just perfect for all the weight that's being carried. So I knew I was going to be eventually going all out, so I decided a stage 2 big brake kit from Power Brakes was going to help the overall performance of the brake. So definitely, with all the weight that's been added, I've noticed a huge difference. Now in the rear, you will also find a Dissent off-road rear bumper. This is a dual swing out, so we have my tire carrier, and then we also have this bracket that you can make this into a ladder. You can hold things like your max tracks, and inside you can also mount recovery gear. I like it because it's really easy to use. Just open it just like that. Here we have the other side. If you come with me this side, just like the front bumper, extremely modular. There's plenty of accessories that you can add to the rear bumper. In my case, I did want to go with a dual swing out because I wanted to have a place for my spare tire. Obviously, I wanted to have the table. And on this side, I do have plans on putting a bunch of recovery gear inside, things like my Pro Eagle jack, my tow straps, and whatnot. So if you ever go on their website, you'll see that you can accessorize these panels with a bunch of different things like roto packs and whatnot. So it's a pretty neat bumper. Again, I wanted to combo both front and rear just because I can make it my own. If I ever want to just lose the swing outs and just rock the bumper by itself, I can. If I ever just want to take this one off and just run a single swing out. I mean, you guys get the idea and why I absolutely love these bumpers. So let's put the little table away here. And we're gonna go and talk about the inside of the Land Cruiser. Now in here, I have my goose gear system. This is pretty much where a lot of the cooking will happen. This is where I'll be sleeping when I go camping. Right now I have some pelican cases, and this is also where I'm gonna keep all my stuff organized. I do have a full drawer system in here that's full of junk right now. I have my fridge slide with my, that hurt, got my finger. Okay, come on, George. Ooh, that's not nice. Anyways, I got my brand new National Luna fridge. It's not plugged in. And then I also have an area for my kitchen, which right now has alley cap parts. And I have some bride stickers. But the whole goal for this Land Cruiser is to travel pretty minimalistic, I guess you could say. I'm gonna be sleeping inside, I'm gonna carry all my gear inside, everything's gonna be organized, and I'm gonna be able to cook and hang out in the back of this tailgate at camp. I think that's totally a vibe, you know? With the canopy camper that I have on my Toyota Tacoma, it's pretty wild. You know, I get to have a fireplace and whatnot, but sometimes you just have to go back to your roots. And although a lot of this product is high, top quality product, this is still pretty, it takes me back to the old school car camping, and that's why I wanted to, you know, go with the Goose Gear setup. I love their product. I have it on my Tacoma. And I keep saying my Tacoma because a lot of the product that I do have on this Land Cruiser now, I've learned from my old setup. So I love the Goose Gear stuff. Again, you know, having this portion to be able to cook, having my fridge easily accessible, and then whenever I want, I can just close all this, put it all away. And obviously these are not going to be here. These will be mounted up top. Come here. Look, I actually have my Hest mattress that will be stored here and at all times. I'm gonna get to show you guys exactly what I plan on doing and how I'm gonna sleep in here. So this guy will basically go all the way through and here we have my bed. So this gives you guys a good idea of how I'm gonna be sleeping in here. And all I need is just a good old mattress and a good old sleeping bag. So I can just literally show you guys how we're gonna be sleeping inside this Land Cruiser. So now that I showed you guys the back of the Goose Gear, here on the side, you also have an area for storage. You have access through the sides, just like that. And you also have access through the top. And the reason why I decided this would be the best option for me is just because you have plenty of storage both on driver and passenger side. So things like duffel bags, camping gear will all be here, and then my toiletries and whatnot will be on that rear door. So here we have inside, I also upgraded the stereo or the head unit. So this is the High 10 by Singer Off-Road. This is 10 inches of fun here, and by fun I mean you get to watch Apple CarPlay. Now I can watch a few movies while on the road, and it absolutely sounds great. The interface is great too. I do have this on my other vehicle as well, and overall it looks great. I mean, it doesn't look too bad. Sticks out a little bit, but no rattles at all. And then for the MXT 500, I wanted to have easy access as well to the knobs and everything. And I mounted the little speaker or microphone to the center console. So now I can just grab it whenever I want and communicate with the boys on the trails. So now that I've showed you guys my sleeping quarters and cooking quarters and storage quarters inside the Land Cruiser, I wanted to deploy the tent real quickly and just talk a little bit about it. This is a tent that's going to be coming off as soon as I get home. As you know, I do work at Tiny Rig, where we do sell alley cap products. I'm a big alley cap fan. I have alley cap products on my other vehicles as well. And I wanted to represent alley cap, and I want to represent, of course, my family and where I work, Tiny Rig Co. So I threw the tent up there because I wanted people to see how great this tent is. The canvas is great. If you ever go around looking at different canvases or different tents, go ahead and feel the canvas. And you'll notice that alley cab just makes a very tough canvas. It's meant for 4-season camping, and everything that you see has been very well thought out. From the mounting solution to pre-wiring for solar to having a very well insulation pad to keep it, you know, well insulated on a hot day or in a cold night. It's just an absolutely great tent. So again, you know, I'm not going to go too into details, but I'll be putting it in the description if you guys want to look into it. This is, again, the alley cab 3R tent. So don't be surprised the next time you see my build or see me on a camping trip, you know, if it's not installed. Now, as far as the graphics go that you see on this landcruiser, they were all done by Beyond Wraps, my good friend Marvin. Again, I always bring the Tacoma because the Tacoma has the iconic straps in the back, and I love the contrast of the black, the dark gray, and the lighter gray on the Tacoma. So I wanted to implement it on the landcruiser, but obviously keep it kind of retro. So we were online looking through the web and we could not find anything that I was approving. And I was like, you know what, man, like I'm tired of searching, you know, just do your thing. And this is what he came up with. Super retro. I think it fits the style pretty well. And again, you know, it kind of combines my brand and both vehicles together. So here's a picture of the Tacoma with the retro, or not the retro, but the straps in the back. And here's the landcruiser, and I think he did a great job. Here in the rear window, he did like a topo design that he created as well. Obviously, we had to put a few of the partners that have been extremely invested and loyal to my platform. So I wanted to just make sure that they got, you know, a place, well, a special place as part of this rig. So yeah, guys, I mean, I wanted to save the graphics for last because that's what makes this build so unique. And Marvin, if you're watching this, bro, you absolutely got down. But that is pretty much it for this video, guys. Again, I wanted just to kind of fill you guys in on what I've been up to, where I've been. Hopefully this explains it all. And man, I am just looking forward to getting back on the trails, doing some camping. And again, I think this is gonna take us further just because of how capable these landcruisers are. I think the ability to stealth camp, it's gonna allow me to just, you know, minimize setup, just go from place to place. And I'm looking forward to just bringing you guys along on this new journey. The Tacoma is not going anywhere. The MR2 is still around, so those vehicles have not gone anywhere. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, if you guys have any questions about the products that I talked about today, feel free to leave a comment, send me a message on Instagram. And yes, if you guys want to keep up on daily stuff that I do, Instagram, you know, I'm pretty active on there. So follow me, Bustaby George. And again, all the companies that I talked about, all the products will be linked in the description. Guys, go support them. These guys are awesome. They make great stuff. As always, I want to thank you guys so much for always watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.